I want we discuss briefly, and then I will be done. These people are young people, they are their own minds. They are independent human beings. They may be 7, they may be 10, they may be 13, but they are independent human beings. Sometimes the tendency to, almost run their life. Like the shoe he will wear, the clothes he will wear, the food he will eat, and it's okay, we want to be present parents. But do we allow for space? Some space, some boundaries, some allowance for them to make decisions, space to help them also, negotiate over an issue. For instance, I don't know. Anyway, it's already done. We are happy you came. But did we involve them by the time we brought them here? How many had a discussion with them? Did we? We involved them. Awesome. You people are great. So there are some who are here and they start their exam and they'll be going to schools. Have we had that discussion? Which school we go to, which school we don't go to? Are we having the discussion? Awesome. That is good. What about their friends? When they bring in their friends, how receptive are we? Do we look at how that one is dressed? Where that one is coming from? What do we look out for, Dad? To determine that this is a tick for a friend and this is not. Do we have discussions with them? We have discussions with them. Awesome. And so the thing that they'll tell you, let's say things like having fun. They are fun activities. How much do we involve them? They want to do games 5 hours, and as a parent you say it should be 1 hour. Do we have a conversation why it should be 1 hour and not 5 hours? Yes, we do. How do we do that? How is our tone as we are doing that? Mothers in the house. We have been spotted. How is our tone? I'm also a mother. So I'm only saying they are independent human beings. As much as we guide them, the aspect of boundaries, the aspect of negotiation, the aspect of engaging them, the aspect of listening to them. We talk about active listening. You can listen because you want to give an answer. Anyone who does that? When they are starting their conversation, you already have what? An answer for them. So it's just a conversation we are having, and we are encouraging us as parents, as we are taking home these young men, their independence, their boundaries, their voice is so important to them. They're already feeling they are men, and for sure they are men. So have we been able to readjust ourselves as you receive your son back home? Have we worked on ourselves to know that now I'm receiving a man? What does it mean to have a man in the house? Any things we'll do differently? Anyone want to say, I have made up my mind that moving forward, I think I'll do this and this and these things differently? Anybody who has such a resolve? Dad?
I think for me, it's an issue of trust. Before he came here, we really had a lot of worry. It was a new experience. He'd never done a lot of what has been done here. Sleep in a dorm, be alone for 10 days, and most importantly, pain. I think this must have been the first injection he may have accepted willingly. We've tried before, it never worked. I think now we are more confident, can give him his space to be a man, and obviously he's proved responsibility, which is a good occasion for us to celebrate and continue being proud and support his engagements. I think now, even if he says he wants to go somewhere alone, we will respect that. We believe he can survive now. Thank you.
You can clap for that, Dad. What about a mom? What is it that we have chosen to do differently? We said it's just a conversation. Anyone? I don't put people on the spot. Any volunteer? Mom, can I put you on the spot?
For me, I would say what I would do differently is to let go. Yeah. Kids are going to make mistakes, and sometimes it is hard to sit and watch them. Yeah. So what I've learned is to let them make the decision. At times I would guide from afar, but I've learned to let go. Yeah.
I am loving what I hear. We are letting go. We are starting to trust, or we are increasing our trust levels with the young people, but with guidance. So it's just to encourage us to be conscious of that fact that they are different people. The way we treated them, the way we dealt with them, we definitely need to be different. But I need to also mention, as much as the physical aspect, there is that development. Remember, intellectually, psychologically, they may still be at the same space. So what does that mean? As much as we are letting them have some freedom, this need to be guided freedom. It need to be one that we are engaging, because yes, physically they are, but intellectually, psychologically, we have trained them, they are well knowledgeable, but there is still guidance that needs to help us to navigate this. So as I wind up, I didn't have a lot of time, just a few tips for us as we engage with them, as we take them from here moving forward. The most important thing that you can do, and I'm glad that you're here early enough, is the aspect of time. We talk about not just quality time, but quantity as well. So you can be there with your child, with your son, but you are on what? WhatsApp. You can be there with your son, but they can tell. Has anyone been caught by our young people? Mommy, you're not listening. Daddy, you're not listening. They can tell when you're just there physically. You're just saying, and your mind is not there. So let's endeavor to spend quality and quantity time with these young people. How do we do that? If you haven't done that, it may not just happen automatically. The best way to engage them, identify their fun activities. How many of us knows our son's hobby, if I put it that way? We know that? Hands up. We know their hobbies. How well or how much are we involved? We are trying to get involved. So time, the best you can do at this point, and they value that very much. Be present in those things that matter to them. You may not be a sporty person, moms. You may not even know what teams are there, but when there's a match, you may have just to do what? Sit there and cheer them on. Being present in the things that they love will help you to connect. Because these guys, by the way, I needed to have started here. They are very intelligent. They are very knowledgeable. You guys have done so well. So they know us. They're emotionally very alert. They're emotionally very intelligent. So we have to be there and be there very intentionally. Secondly, let's treat them as important people. I know we've been there, and I really affirm you for that. But moving forward, a young man or ladies, let me also mention that, think that they are not important because of the other things that are surrounding us. We have people or young people coming into our therapy rooms, leave alone our young men here. And their greatest concern is that mommy or daddy is very busy for me. And they are busy doing the right thing for you. And I affirm the fathers who are here, you are busy looking out for what? Money. You need to pay school fees. January is coming. Holiday is coming. I need to look for money. But to the young people, I have a friend who told me their daughter told them, I thought you guys, by the time you brought me to this world, you had a plan for me. Because the father is saying he's busy looking for money. That's why he's not available for the activity. So the giving that we do is good. But to them, it doesn't, to a certain extent, show that you care about them. So let's be intentional with time, but let's also treat them and show them that they care. Our moms, I know we have chamas, chama after chama. Saturday chama, Sunday what? Evening what? We are doing many things. So let's try and balance and make them see that they matter to us. They are important. And for this age, time is very, very important. As a parent said, we allow them to make decisions. We need to put it in our minds that they have grown, they are own independence. Let's allow them to make decisions. The parents say that even in mistakes, they are learning. So depending on the age of the child, their abilities, let's allow them to make a decision. Close family relationships. I was talking to a young girl and they really missed the brother. But now, we don't know how they'll behave when they come back. Previously they were everywhere with their siblings. They were playing, they were doing all manner of games. It may be different now. How well have we prepared other members of the family to receive them? To a young girl who has missed their brother, allow me to use that, I'm not mentioning the person, they may feel like it's rejection. Suddenly my brother doesn't want to do what? Play with me. Suddenly my brother doesn't want to go out with me. Suddenly my brother doesn't want me in his room. And previously we shared the rooms freely. We need to be able to prepare the people in our homes, particularly the younger ones. It might seem like rejection to those because there's definitely a difference. A young sister, a young brother will just come and want to hug and jump over him. Have we prepared those that have younger ones at home? What has happened? Or what to expect when this young man comes home? We need to be able to enhance that smooth transition with the ones that are already at home. I know they share with us and we have friends. I don't say we all do that, but we find ourselves sharing out the things that they share with us. Could be with family, could be with friends. How many of us share their phones with the young men and the young ladies in their homes? Do you know they read your messages? Tunajua hivyo? Do they know they read your messages? Ama hawasomangi? Si wanasoma? Do you know how much they're able to discover about us? So a son shares with you their concerns. And because you have allow me to use this, a prayer partner, you're sharing their issue as a what? A prayer item. To the young man, that is exposure. You're exposing them. They can't trust you again. So let's learn, just be careful, particularly with these gadgets. These guys are very smart, Someone will pick your phone within 3 minutes and they have read your WhatsApp, your messages, your email and everything, and they know how to digit the history and everything. I'm not saying that we should be found things that are not good, but I'm only saying let's protect them. Let's not expose them. Let them find safety in sharing their life's concerns with them. It may be even your sister, it may be a cousin, could be a guardian. Let's learn to build trust with them. And I am winding up. We discovered that some of our sons, and allow me to say this in humility, may be struggling with their image, body image. There is only so much we can do in certain instances about the body image. So some may feel I am too short, skin color, I am this, I'm the other. How do we tell them about their looks? At this point, image is very important for them. what you say about them, what the people in the house say about them, including our relatives. Sometimes people can be very mean, very insensitive. There's only so much that we can do about some of their body image at this point. Their body shape, they are growing, they are in different sizes and shapes and everything. But it's our duty to protect their image. What you say to them is what they perceive, is what they take in. So parents, guardians, fathers, mothers, let's be very careful. Some may be wounded, but we'll be able to talk about that. But let's be very careful what we say about everything about them, including their body parts. You know, you can tell somebody you have what? This hair, this color, this nose, this hair, whatever, you know. They are very, very sensitive about that. So let's seek to protect our young people, our young men. Let's not be the people that will break them. Because what mommy says, what daddy says, what our guardian says is very, very important. So let's seek to nurture them. Let's seek to embrace them. Let's seek to love them, to affirm them just as they are and help them accept themselves. But to be able to do that, you must have that connection, like we said earlier. But the final one is the things that are happening in our homes. With all humility, allow me to mention this. We are coming from different backgrounds, family setups. There are different things that happen in our homes. There are those of us who are okay to take certain substances in their presence. It affects them. So let's be very careful. As you're having Mary with your boys, with your girls, your son is watching. Let's be very careful. What are we modeling to our children? Different come in our homes. Let's not do this in public. It affects our children. When those differences come, let's seek to protect our children, our young men. We can sort our differences out there. There are many dynamics that are going on in the home, but I would encourage us, let's keep this off our children. It affects them, our young men, it affects them. So see how you can sort it out. And the final one, and I want to invite my colleague after this. Differences come, situations comes, but your son or your daughter is not your partner, is not your emotional partner. What do I mean? As I said earlier, they are not developed to a point to perceive and to embrace most of the emotional and psychological issues that we have. So please, let's not make our sons and daughters our counselors. You know, your dad did this, your mom did this, whatever is happening in your life. It's good to share, age-appropriate sharing. But please, let's desist from making our sons and our daughters, you know, our confidants. Your dad has done this, your mother has done this, or whatever it is. Particularly things to do with the other parent. Remember, to your son, to your daughter, the other man or the other lady that you're so angry about is their father. And they have no other father. So what are you doing when you tell them, this man, this lady is ABCD? You're hurting them. We are confusing them. They don't know how to behave. They don't know what to do because this is the only other parent that they have. Appreciating the dynamics in the homes, but let's try protect our young people. Let's seek out for support out there elsewhere, not necessarily amongst or with our children. We can share what's going on in a family, but let's use it and let's do that in an age-appropriate way. But I can tell you have brilliant young men. We have done our part. We have had fun. We have learned. We have shaped each other. And we are sending back to you men of impact, young men of impact that I know are going places. So congratulations, parents, mothers, fathers. And I think we can stand up and just appreciate ourselves for a job well done. But we are happy that we have been able to come this way. Let's give it up. Pat yourself, how you encourage yourself, because you have done so well. So I don't know whether there's any comment, any question, so that I hand it over to my colleague. But thank you. Thank you for entrusting your young people to us. We are truly grateful. And they are excellent. They are awesome. And I know this is not the end. We shall have more of this. Asanteni sana.